Good day and welcome to my podcast channel again. My name is Reverend Victor Ekbe, Rev for short, and I'm Senior Pastor CGMI Water Resources District Headquarters off Airport Road, off Water Resources Road, Izakba, Warri. Today's episode is Communication and Marriage Part 2. Last week we did the Part 1 and it was awesome. So I trust God that today is going to be an amazing time in God's presence and on my channel. Now, many people stay married, not because they are happy, but because it is a duty to fulfill and there is a vow to be faithful to. It is commendable to stay faithful in a difficult relationship, but you can switch from just enduring marriage to enjoying marriage. One of the secrets to a happy and a lasting marriage is open and sincere communication between spouses. As we said last week, communication in the home can either be formal or informal. We handled the informal aspect last week. Today we'll talk about formal communication. You are going through a difficult marriage. You need to talk your way out, you need to discuss more, you need to communicate more. Formal communication could either be verbal or non-verbal, and it could take the question and answer format or just take the feedback pattern. But the bottom line is that there are issues, right? And then we need to communicate. Now, we don't only communicate when there are issues. Even when there are no issues, we communicate so that there will not be issues. And when there are issues, we communicate so that we can trash out the issues and we can live happier. But as we said last week, formal communication is more fruitful when there is friendship, But whether there is friendship or not, a couple should occasionally have formal communication to straighten out issues. Very, very important. No need shying away over issues. It's important to have communication to straighten out issues. If there have been many misconceptions, if there have been many misunderstandings in your home, it could be because majority of the communication you are having are informal communication, indirect communication. It's time to sit down and have formal communication to straighten out so that I can really, okay, now I understand exactly what you mean. Now I understand why. That's why formal communication is important. But before you launch out, before you initiate formal communication, remember what I said the last time. Get the timing right, and then let the atmosphere be devoid of noise. Two of you are settled, you are calmed down, no disturbance, If possible, put the phones on silent, keep them, sit down, iron out issues. So I want to give you following important questions to ask your spouse or to seek feedback from your spouse during formal communication sessions. Now, these questions, you don't necessarily have to ask all these questions, but what I'm just giving, a list of things that we can talk about, a lot of the things we want to talk about on a scale of 0 to 10. You want to ask, 0 being the least, 10 being the highest. When last did you sit with your partner, sit with your spouse, and then you ask your spouse, say, honey, are you happy in this marriage? Let's talk about it. Are you happy? Let your spouse open up. Remember I said friendship is the key to the success of formal communication. Once both of you are friends, you are sincere with each other. Even if you are giving feedback, you will take it and work on it to become better. When last did you ask your spouse, are you happy in this marriage? Let's talk about the issues. Number 2, can you ask your spouse, do you feel under pressure from me? Am I over pressuring you? Important to ask, am I over pressuring you? Am I over pushing you? Some of us need to ask questions. Sit down and ask questions. Do I satisfy you in bed? Do I satisfy you sexually? Can I do something better? And have a discussion. Some wives may need to sit down with their husbands and ask their husbands, pop and plain, are you pleased with my cooking? Do you enjoy my cooking? And then we should feel free. Remember, we need to be mature. We need to be friends. Otherwise, if you are not friends and you go and tell your wife that you don't like her cooking, it will turn into something else. So that's why friendship is the key. Success in the place of informal communication will lead to success in the place of formal communication. Are you satisfied with my leadership of the home? Many of us will just call ourselves, say, yes, yes, I'm the man, I'm the head of the home. I'm the head of the... Do you even know whether the body, you are the head, do you even know whether the body, whether they are complaining because your head is too big and it's overweighing? Do you know? So once in a while, you can sit down, have a formal communication session with your spouse and ask, are you satisfied with my leadership of the home? Do you feel like I am not working hard enough? Do you feel like I'm not working hard enough? Important. Do you feel like I don't support you enough in domestic chores? These are important questions to ask. What will you say is my area of strength? What will you say is my area of weakness? What do you need most from me, honey? Can you tell me, what do you need most from me? Do you feel unloved? Do you feel there is distance between us? Are we getting better or worse as a couple? Very important, from the last time and from the different issues we had before, from the different problems we had before that we've tried to come out, are we getting better or are we getting worse? Do you feel we need to see a counselor? And then let your spouse open up and talk freely. It's important for us to talk freely. Very, very important. Many people just bottle things, they just bottle things, and all of a sudden the family gets to break point and things just scatter. It's important. Learn to talk. Learn to have informal communication sessions. Learn to have formal communication sessions. Trash out issues. Get feedback. When you receive feedback, very important, when you receive feedback, work on them. It does not mean you must ask all these questions that I just asked now. These are just a list of formal conversations you can have with your spouse. The questions in your home will arise as a result of the happenings in your home. But questions that are asked with an open mind and sincere feedbacks that are given will produce better understanding and more joy in the home. If you want to ask a question during formal communication sessions, ask them sincerely, not with the aim to shame your spouse, not with the aim to trap your spouse, box your spouse in a corner and then yab them and insult them. No, ask genuinely. And when we're asking these questions, let's be open-minded, because some of us are asking questions that we think we already know the answer. So even when the answer is being given, you don't believe it, because you just assume that, no, I don't believe you. You have already done this and that before. You don't believe. Ask the question with an open mind. Be open-minded. It may be that all this while you thought your husband is cheating, or all this while you thought your husband is spending money elsewhere, but he's not. So when you ask your question, give room. Let your husband or your fiancé explain to you, and please accept. Take the feedbacks, work on them. It will produce a better understanding and more joy in your home. Formal communications can be initiated by either the wife or the husband. It doesn't have to be only from one party. It can be initiated by the husband or by the wife. I know that there are some people, they don't like anything formal communication. If you tell them, say, can we talk? Can we talk? They just say, please, what are we talking about? I don't have time. It's not the best. Sit down. Have it. What are you hiding? What is there to hide? Open up to one another. Discuss with one another. Open up to one another. It will make your home a better place. Most people, rather than come home to sort out issues, they prefer to hang out with their friends in beer parlors while they will come home. Discuss, open up, discuss with your spouse, and bring about solutions to the problems you are having in your home. I wish you a great relationship. I wish you a happy marriage. And until next week, stay blessed. And once again, I am Rev V, your relationship mentor and senior pastor, CGMI Water Resources District Headquarters. My church is located off Airport Road, off Water Resources Road, Warri. And like I told you, my book is out, Marriage Aglow. People are already sharing testimonies. It's already a blessing to people in Lagos, in Asaba, different parts of Nigeria right now as we speak. Please get the book. It will be a blessing to you. If you are in Warri, you can get it in Praise Bookshop, along Praise Center, along Jakpa Road. And then if you are outside Warri and environs, just give me a call, chat me up, and you will get a copy sent to you. God bless you. Have a wonderful relationship. Have a wonderful marriage. See you next week. Bye.